Hello, I'm Elgato and welcome back to the Minecraft Switch video. Today we're going to talk about the two versions of Minecraft which do exist on the Nintendo Switch, because I know this is confusing to a lot of people, especially if you're entering the Switch game now, or you're just entering the Minecraft community now that a brand new version has come out. You might be confused by the fact that there's two games available and that one kind of superseded the other, so that one's not available right now. What's the deal with two Minecrafts on the Switch? What's the difference? Do we have the better one? Let's explain all of those answers in today's video, because I wanted to go through 5 key points of comparison for Minecraft Switch Edition, the game made by 4J Studios and which was available a year ago, versus the game which just released literally a week ago, which is Minecraft just for the Switch, or Minecraft Bedrock for the Switch, which is the game we're playing in the background, because by most measures this game is better, but it does get more complex than that when you dive into it. So let's talk about the full technical breakdown of Minecraft Switch Edition versus Minecraft Switch Bedrock. Please do like this if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let's know you do like the, again, kind of full technical kind of breakdowns, and you like learning about the game itself, because I learned a few things while making this that maybe you'll learn while you watch it. So with that said, let's get straight into the first point of comparison, because I wanted to kind of go through the world size, the render distance, i.e. the amount you can actually see at any given time, the kind of draw distance that is on screen. I wanted to talk about the performance in terms of frames per second and how the game actually runs. I wanted to talk about the the functionality of the game, what you can actually do in it, and I wanted to talk about the future in terms of updates and stuff like that. So the very first point there is going to be the world size. So the world size is one of the key points and the easiest way to sell Minecraft Bedrock. Again, the game we're playing in the background, even though we're playing the old tutorial world from Minecraft Switch Edition. But yeah, we're playing Minecraft Bedrock Switch, which has the much bigger world size, and it's the easiest way to sell this version of the game, to just say, guess what, the worlds are much bigger. And the amount bigger is really hard to quantify, by just saying, oh yeah, it's this much times bigger, but let's try our best anyway, because Minecraft Switch Edition allowed you to go roughly 1,500 blocks in any direction from the spawn before you reach the world edge. This gave it a 3,072 by 3,072 world. Again, that's the official size, but I'm just rounding up to 1,500 roughly, whereas Minecraft Bedrock Edition, instead of being able to go, again, if once you, by the way, reach that limit, you just see a big sea of blue, which would look something like this, and then there'd be nothing after it. However, Minecraft Bedrock Edition, as you'll soon see, doesn't have that world border, and if you have an old world, then it will allow you to load chunks past that world border, and instead of going 1,500 blocks, will allow you to go 12 million blocks in any direction, which, again, you might be thinking, 12 million, a little bit bigger than 1,500. I know you haven't studied maths necessarily, but that is something I asked some independent scientists to verify, and they could in fact confirm that 12 million is significantly bigger than 1,500, about 8,000 times bigger in fact, which makes the Minecraft Bedrock for Switch world, the amount you can actually play with, totally 64 million times bigger than the world size you had available in Minecraft Switch Edition. So a little bit of a difference there. Again, it took me a while to work it out, but there is a huge difference in terms of world size, and that's the easiest just point of like, guess what, Minecraft Bedrock Switch is 64 million times bigger. However, there is more to it than that, which is why we're going to move into the second point, which is going to be the render distance. And I'm moving back here to the spawn, to the early area, just because this is one of the best points of comparison, because Minecraft Switch Edition had, 2 settings available for its render distance. If you were playing undocked, i.e. just with the console by itself, you had 6 chunks of render distance, which translates to being able to see from roughly here, where this is my measuring point. You could see from here to the magma blocks over there. So that's how far you could see when your Switch was undocked. And if your Switch was docked, i.e. you're playing on a TV like I am right now, or you're just playing connected to any form of screen, you could see all the way from that these magma blocks right here to those oak blocks all the way in the distance. Can you see them? After that green ring, you could see all the way from here to there, a pretty significant upgrade. So 10 chunks or 6 chunks versus Minecraft Bedrock Switch, where you can decide your own render distance. It's set to 12 chunks by default, but you can also set it as high as you like, all the way up to 14. And although this seems like a really easy open shut answer of like, okay, so Minecraft Switch Bedrock has the better render distance than Minecraft Switch Edition, easy as that, it's actually a bit more confusing than that, because Minecraft Switch Bedrock actually has a slightly different definition of draw distance, render distance, because render distance in Minecraft Switch Edition was measured in a square. So if you could see 10 chunks this way, you could see 10 chunks that way, and you could see 10 chunks, kind of diagonally, because you had a square world around you. So you saw, again, let's just say if it's 10 chunks, which it was, you'd see 100 chunks because it's a 10 by 10 square. However, on Minecraft, Bedrock, if you saw a 10 chunk, if you had a 10 chunk render distance, you could, which actually, let's turn on right now just to show you that if it was 10, 10, you know, the exact same amount, you'd actually see less in Minecraft Bedrock. And the reason for this, again, let's go all the way down to 10, is because of the fact that it actually loads 10 chunks directly in front of you, directly to the side, but not diagonally. And when it comes to diagonal, it loads a circle around you, because you usually don't need to see so much diagonally, and if you can see the same number of blocks. Basically, because it measures the number of blocks rather than the number of chunks, is the easiest way to put that, is it means you see less diagonally. When you're flying diagonally, you see less. When you're going diagonally, you'll see less in terms of chunks, but the same in terms of blocks. And what this means is your render distance is measured as a circle in Minecraft Bedrock, and it's measured as a square in Minecraft Switch Edition, which, again, it means you have to do some kind of complex circle maths, but it basically means that the same render distance means much less being shown because of what's missing in that circle. So there is, even with the highest render distance available on Minecraft Bedrock, there is, technically speaking, less on screen at the time, but you can see further. Again, that sounds paradoxical. You can see further in one direction if it's a cardinal direction, i.e. north, east, southwest. However, you can't see as much diagonally, and because of that, you can see less on screen at the same time. And it basically means Minecraft Switch Bedrock allows you to see less, you know, in terms of total stuff, but more if you're looking at something in particular, which means that it really comes down to what do you want to see? Do you want to see more of the stuff you're looking at while you're going in a straight line, which most people would be, or do you want to see more at one time? And really, there's no answer as to which one is better, but the easiest way to say this is that, and also, by the way, it's worth mentioning, the Minecraft Switch Edition render distance will be decreased while you're in your inventory, not that you really need to see it, or while you're in the menu, so just weird little fact right there. And also, if you suspend the game, which I'll do right now, and then you go back into it, it reloads all the chunks again. Again, it's just a little weird thing about Minecraft Bedrock for Switch. So yeah, they're key kind of differences as well. But the kind of simple answer is that Minecraft Switch Edition technically wins this one, but I'd still say Minecraft Bedrock Switch does win in total, just even though it's got these weird kind of quirks to it, just because of the fact that you can see more in a direction, which might be what you want. You might want to see more in that way, and also because of the fact that when you undock the console, you still see all of those 14 chunks. And the fact that it's more consistently long, the fact that it shows it to in a way which is optimized for what you probably want to look at, to me signifies that it's a better render distance, even if it isn't technically, you know, it's a longer render distance, it's a better render distance, but it's not technically more stuff on screen, which is a confusing comparison, but it's one I wanted to make because it's been missed by a lot of outlets, and it's something that maybe you didn't even know was the difference between Minecraft Bedrock and Minecraft Switch Edition, and to some extent the Java. So let's move on next to the performance of the game, because you've probably noticed during this video, we haven't gone below 60 FPS one time. We've flown, we've had a lot of chunks loaded in and out, and you know, we'll even go on a minecart ride now if you want, and you'll notice how while we do any of this stuff, the render distance, the performance won't go down the slightest. We're going to be at 60 FPS the whole time regardless. Look, we're in a minecart, we're doing crazy stuff going over the world, and that's because the normal loading of Minecraft, you know, on Bedrock will have no issues whatsoever, and this is mostly true for the Switch Edition too. Both games are engineered to run at 60 FPS pretty much all times when it comes to this version of the game. So therefore, the simple answer to this question is right. Like, oh yeah, so what's the difference between the performance? There is none. They both run at 60 FPS. However, what I will say is Minecraft Bedrock, because it's been clearly, you know, like they've spent a lot of time working on the game, it handles lag situations much better than the obviously the Minecraft Switch Edition. So I have something I like to call the world of lag. I'll show you on screen right now what it looks like when it's you know, at its most laggy. But yeah, if we load it up right now, so this is Break MC Switch. It was the only world which can cause any lag for Minecraft Switch Edition. So it's basically the point at which Minecraft Switch Edition cuts down from 60 FPS down into the 30, and then once you do some more stuff down into like the 10s. It's how you basically, you know, can get the frame rate to go significantly lower. This is the amount it takes to break and to get the performance to drop for Minecraft Switch Edition. However, if we load it up on Minecraft Bedrock for Switch, you can see how there's a slight performance hit. You can see how it's not quite 60. By the way, if you're not watching 60 FPS, you might not even be able to see anything. This might look like it's entirely normal, but the truth is, it still feels pretty great. Like the fact that you don't feel it too much, and the fact that it's not too huge an decrease right there is quite impressive by itself. But the really impressive thing comes to me in the fact that this isn't the limit of what you can do. Although there is a slight decrease in the frame rate, the game is kind of made to have a more variable frame rate in situations like this, but then allow you to do much more in the end. So for instance, this is the maximum number of armor stands I could have, maximum number of banners, maximum number of item frames, which by the way, you can see them all on screen right now. You couldn't with the Switch Edition, so kind of a win right there. But the fact that if I wanted to, I'm not just limited to 16 mushrooms or 50 mushrooms or whatever it is, I can have as many, oh, don't know what's happening with the things right here, but I can have as many of all of these things as I like. I can have more minecarts in this if I want, more item frames, more boats. It basically means that you can put more stress on the game and it will handle it better. There is a certain amount of stress where they'll both have issues, but there is more stress being able to be handled by Bedrock just by the fact that it doesn't stop you from doing things. So yeah, that actually moves us nice into functionality, because when it comes to just core stuff like this, if you want to have more mobs, Minecraft Switch Edition, Minecraft Console Edition has the issue where it stops you having mobs past a certain point. And there's a good reason for this, because they want the game to always be 60, except the very rare situations where you have something like this, the little corner flag. And obviously Minecraft Bedrock Switch is more concerned about the freedom of just giving you as many mobs as you like. And the game kind of tries to handle it after the fact, and most people aren't going to have more than 200 mushrooms anyway. You can have 200 mushrooms, you might crash the game, but the fact that, you can have that many is a really nice freedom choice. I think it's a great one personally. The fact that you can have as many item frames as you want, even past the point where it makes sense, really great choice. And yeah, the kind of long story short on functionality is you can do also look at that. You can do much more in Minecraft on Minecraft Bedrock because there are no limits in the game, and because the game can generally handle lag better. Again, there's some really weird edge cases where each game will break, and I think the kind of long story short performance is won by Bedrock Switch by a small to medium factor, and because obviously the fact that you can turn down render distance. This scene right here, where you can see things are pretty darn broken, if I really wanted to guarantee it ran still at that perfect 60 FPS, all I have to do is lower my render distance, lower the stress on the game, like turn all this stuff down if I want to, and then as you can see, even though this exact same situation that was just causing some amount of lag, it's now running just perfectly fine. So yeah, just a weird little thing right there. Wouldn't recommend playing with 5 chunks render distance, by the way. It looks pretty bad, but again, gives you a good example of the fact that it is in fact 5 chunks you can see, and it's also a circle because you can see it looking around right here. So moving on from that, we're going to talk about the actual functionality, because like I said, you can do more Minecraft Switch, but also you can do more in terms of just pure stuff. So although there's a few features only available on the Switch edition, such as furnace minecarts and whatnot, which, bring the furnace minecart to Minecraft Bedrock, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, although there's a few features like that that are only available right there, there are more features by and large in Minecraft Bedrock for Switch, mostly because the aquatic update with stuff like sea pickles in here, but also because there's some stuff from Minecraft Bedrock's Legacy as the Pocket Edition, which is in here too. So for instance, do you want to have a stone cutter? Guess what? That's not the stone cutter. I always get it confused with the stone cutter. Guess what? The stone cutter is a block which exists. We'll try and scroll through here and actually find it. But yeah, you can actually have stone cutters. You can have a lot of other weird stuff like that that only exists in this version. And although a lot of the stuff will be coming over to I guess it won't be, but will coming to the console edition, the fact that there is more available from the get-go means that functionality gets a win from Minecraft Bedrock Switch. Also, soon to be coming are realms and servers. Again, they're coming in the next few weeks, is what we understand. So you'll be able to have access to even multiplayer and whatnot as well. So yeah, big win for Minecraft Switch right there. Big win in terms of just functionality, and also big win in terms of updates, which is the 5th point I want to phrase right here, because when it comes to updates on the Switch Bedrock, because Bedrock Minecraft is the core focus of Microsoft, because obviously it has their financial interests at heart, which, I mean, it sounds like I'm saying a negative thing right there, like, oh, they care about the thing that makes them money, but the truth is, that's what companies do. The reason that they put microtransactions in there is so they can support the game, and because they have a thing in there that allows them to support the game, they support the game really well. There is updates to the store every week, if that's your thing, and in case it's not, as I know it's not for the majority of you, there are updates to the game itself every single couple of months or so. There was a big period where, 1.4 took some time, but 1.4 came out, and guess what? A month and a bit later, 1.5 is coming out, and guess what? Some point in the next couple of months, 1.6 will come out, and then we don't know the plans necessarily beyond that, but I imagine, just taking a guess right here, 1.7 will come out. And compare that to the speed of console edition updates, which were fast towards the end of 4 a year, whereas we're going to be seeing 4, in the first, in the next, 3 months alone. Basically, Minecraft Bedrock Switch updates, if they continue at the current speed, are going to be pretty darn fast. There's going to be a lot of major content updates, whereas a lot of people, hate on console edition for, having so many bug fix updates. Although there are a lot of those, and maybe you hate those with all your passion, the fact that there's so many content updates, more than than any other version of the game is something that is either a testament to the fact that the game is well funded from said microtransactions, or it's just a cool thing that you can benefit from, where guess what, next month you'll be able to use conduits, the month after that you'll be able to have barriers and phantoms, and then 3 months from now maybe there'll be a new ore. Hint hint, Mojang, make a new ore to the game, hashtag add new ores to caves. But no, in 1.14 cave update maybe. But with that said, I hope you'll enjoy this video, I hope you learned something from this. The core lesson here is that Minecraft Bedrock for Switch wins out in most areas. It wins out in world size, it wins out in performance mostly, it wins out in what you can do because of the freedom, and it wins out in terms of the future updates. However, I wanted to mention at the end here because a lot of people will be like, but didn't you say there's you'd like to have the choice? Why would you like to have a choice between this and the objectively worse version, right? Well, one, it's not objectively worse. You might like furnace minecarts, you might like that square render distance, which again allows you to see more on screen at one time and doesn't cut off things when you go into menus, and doesn't reload when you accidentally click out of the game. There's a lot of things you might like about the old version, and I've personally always been the advocate of allowing choice, something which again doesn't seem to be the same thing right there, and I get why that is, but that is where the criticisms come from. In terms of should you feel like one game is better than the other, I mean, clearly, this one is the better game. If you're getting into Minecraft the first time, this is the recommended version. It's got a little bit of a weirder feel, it's got a little bit of a clunkier system in a few ways, but it is the better running version of the game with the better version in terms of support and in terms of what you can do physically speaking, and that is why Minecraft Bedrock wins the technical comparison, because it is the technically speaking better game. With that said, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Maybe you think I missed a huge thing. You're not Toy Cat, you didn't mention the feel of the controls, and it's well, I mean, that's not really a technical thing, is it? I can't really say, ooh, it feels weird. This is all about the technical differences, and hopefully you learned something in that. So give the video a like if you liked it, share if you really liked it, subscribe if you're around here, and I guess I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.